Please welcome Canyon Sayers Roods.
Mishmin Tuhis, Kan Rakat Canyon, Coyote Woman Sayers Roods. I come from Indian Canyon Nation and the Ramaytush Ohlone Association. Welcome to Ohlone territory. I am a sky protector, and I am so very humbled and honored that you acknowledge Indigenous protocol. It's so very important to recognize the Indigenous peoples, histories of these spaces and places that we occupy in today's post-colonial settler society. It's so very important that we recognize that we have a responsibility to the earth. Indigenous peoples have been stewards of the land for thousands and thousands of years, and I am honored to be present here, that you acknowledge that. I am here to offer a grandmother's song. My mother and my grandmother believe that when song, ceremony, and dancing stops, so does the earth. I too believe that. I would like to offer this grandmother's song to honor our grandmothers, their grandmothers, and in all Mother Earth, for without them and without her, we would not be here. We share this time and space together for a reason, so it's with that humility, that gratitude, and that present-mindedness that I welcome you here to Ohlone territory. Moi moi o kawana, moi moi o ka, moi moi no, moi moi o ka, moi moi o nei ayo konale, moi moi ayo konale, moi moi o kawana, moi moi o ka, moi moi no, moi moi o ka, moi moi o nei ayo konale, moi moi ayo konale, moi moi o kawana, moi moi o ka, moi moi no, moi moi o ka, moi moi o nei ayo konale, moi moi ayo konale. Oh, oh, oh. Can I hear a good oh to send that out in a good way? Oh, thank you so very much. We have a responsibility to the earth. We need to ensure the safety. I'm going to say don't support carbon trading. Please keep the fossils, fuels in the soil. Honor our Mother Earth, our Father Sky, and our next generations. Oh!
Please welcome our Master of Ceremonies, the Head of Communications for Bloomberg, Linda Douglas.
Well, hello and welcome to the Global Climate Action Summit. I am honored and humbled to be here in San Francisco with such extraordinary leaders from around the world. These are leaders from every sector, every industry, business, government, technology, philanthropy, entrepreneurs and artists, inventors, investors, scientists and students, all united by a common goal, the goal of protecting the people who live on our planet by confronting the existential threat of climate change. Now, we're off to an auspicious start. On Saturday, tens of thousands of citizens around the world marched to demand greater climate action to fulfill the promises made 3 years ago in Paris. Our task, as you well know, becomes more urgent every day. This summer, temperatures once again reached record highs. People are dying as wildfires burn their houses to the ground. They are starving as droughts destroy their crops. Hurricanes and other disasters have claimed thousands of lives, displacing entire populations, causing billions and billions of dollars in damage. And of course, at this very moment, Hurricane Florence is bearing down on the eastern seaboard, and already 1.5 million people have been told to evacuate their homes. Florence is set to bring 50% more rainfall due to human-induced climate change. Meanwhile, Tropical Storm Olivia is sweeping across Hawaii. And since the start of the hurricane season, this is an astonishing number, there have been 8 other named storms in the Atlantic and 14 more in the Pacific. And here in California, more than a dozen different wildfires are tearing across the state. So now is not the time for us to rest. This year marks the halfway point between the adoption of the Paris Agreement and 2020, a critical moment when carbon emissions must peak if we are to avoid the very worst effects of climate change. By mid-century, we must be carbon neutral. Now, these are ambitious goals, but the speakers that you're going to be hearing from over the next few days are working hard to achieve them. It won't be easy, and the solutions won't be perfect. We are learning by doing as we undertake a more radical shift in our global economy than has ever been previously undertaken. We will make mistakes. We're going to see some failures along the way, but we cannot and we will not back away from this fight. So all of you here today and all of you watching around the world are proof that we will not back away from this fight. Now, please join me in welcoming someone who is heading the way right here in San Francisco, the newly elected mayor of San Francisco, London Breed.
Hello, everyone. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome all of you to San Francisco for this incredible Global Climate Action Summit. We are united here today to take action on the defining issue of our time, protecting our environment and fighting against climate change. This is an issue that is bigger than one city, one region, or country. The choices and commitments we make over the next few days and our sustained cooperation will determine if we are able to leave a better future for the next generation. California has long been a leader on climate action, and San Francisco has been at the forefront of those efforts. Since 1990, we have reduced our greenhouse gas emissions by 30% and cut our landfill disposal in half, all while growing our economy by 111%. We are proof that you can have a strong and growing economy while advancing ambitious environmental policies. We were the first major city to ban single-use plastic bags, and I pushed legislation to establish the nation's strongest styrofoam ban and enact drug take-back policies, which had kept 40 tons of prescription medication out of our bay and landfills. And our 100% renewable energy program, Clean Power SF, has reduced and resulted in greenhouse gas reductions equivalent to taking 17,000 cars off our roads. By the year 2030, we are committed to 4 major initiatives here in San Francisco: cutting our landfill waste in half, decarbonizing all new buildings, achieving 100% renewable energy, and continuing to issue more green bonds to finance critical infrastructure that's desperately needed to combat climate change. Today, thank you. Today, I ask you to join us. The impacts of climate change are not constrained by borders, and our actions shouldn't be either. Let's send the world a bold message of action, unity, and determination. Together, we can go further to protect our planet and our people for generations to come. Thank you all so much for being here and enjoy your time in San Francisco.